We're with head coach Jason Rhine from the SPU volleyball team, coaching the Falcons heading down to California next week to open the 2023 season with a total of 9 matches down there. Coach, you've had a couple weeks of practice. You had a good exhibition against CLU the other night, chance to test yourself against some good competition. What have you seen so far?
Yeah, it was a really great time to be able to get out and just play someone else after a lot of practices in our gym together, and we thought it was really useful just to reveal, some ways that our hitters need to keep working to score. CLU put up a really good defense against us, and we just had to keep working to figure that out. And same thing with a couple of their top hitters that are, probably very similar to some of the top hitters we'll see this year. And they were able to score on us at times, and other times we were able to try to figure out a little bit of what they were trying to do and make them adjust. So that's kind of what we wanted to practice, and I thought it was great for everybody to go out there and get a chance to do that. So.
And how have the first couple of weeks of practice been heading into that exhibition you had the other night?
Yeah, preseason's always really fun. The team brings a lot of energy and excitement. We get, without school, we get to spend a lot of time together as a team at meals and team bonding and things off of the court as well. So I think it's a really special time for our team, and it definitely has been still this year. So.
This is for the most part, a very experienced team coming back for you this year. Has that been showing up during these early practices?
Yeah, it's definitely something we feel. A lot of good leadership and a lot of players who know the drills, that know our system, that know what to expect, and just how to communicate that well with some of the newer players and set the tone in practice. And so that's been really nice to have.
Okay. And speaking of experienced players, you got a couple on that preseason All-GNAC team, Hannah Hare and Allison Wilkes, and talk about that. Obviously, people know what good players those two are.
Yeah, those two are really leaders for us. Not just in their stats, both great blockers, both great attackers, but both are also great leaders for us just within the team dynamic, being just really kind and caring teammates, and just working really hard workers on the court as well, so they can lead by example in those ways. So.
Okay. And you've got some other veterans across the front of the net. You got Sarah Brockvogel, Maddie Pruden, Aaron Smith, Sydney Perry. They got lots of playing time last year. And you got players like Sarah Day and Brianna Ingram who are ready to come in and play at any time. Talk about that group a little bit.
Yeah, I think all of our returners had a really, really good off-season last year, and so we were really excited about just them coming to bring that to competitions, whether that's Seattle U or down in San Diego. We're just excited to see what each player has brought in their development. I think that our right sides have been working really hard and are scoring at a really good rate for us in practice, at least. So we're excited to see how that transfers. I think that our outsides have been working a lot to make their kind of complete game come together for this season, and we've been seeing a lot of that pay off in practice as well. And yeah, our DSs and liberos definitely have been putting in a ton of work on defense and serve receive. So yeah, it's a lot of new things and a lot of just players that we are trusting. We're able to trust on the court, and excited to see what they do. So.
Okay. And two very important positions. Emily Tulino's back at setter, Abigail Cunningham back at libero, and Zoe Shukart brings some good quality off the bench as well. Talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, Emily's been a leader for us and is our only returning setter, so that's been really important for she established really good rapport with all the hitters during the spring, and also to be able to lead the incoming setters this fall and just show them what we're trying to do offensively and show them what a competitive setter looks like. It's been great for her to step into that role. And then our DS and liberos also have one freshman joining them, and so it's been fun for them to be the upperclassmen and lead by example there. I think Zoe made a lot of progress last spring in her serve receive and her confidence as well. And so it's just fun having all three of them working hard in the gym and playing good defense and working towards hopefully putting our defense and serve receive in a good spot for this year.
Okay. And you brought in 5 newcomers this year, a couple of setters, a DS, libero, an outside, and opposite. Talk about that group a little bit. What have you seen from them just through these first couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been fun to just have new faces, some new strengths. Each of them has slightly different strengths than some of our even returners, and definitely from each other as well. I think Coco came in just really ready to go, and has been just working hard at hitting and blocking primarily, and just challenging our hitters on the other side of the net. Christina, brings like a fun, relentless pursuit on defense, and that's something that we've really enjoyed, and as well as her personality off the court has been great. And our two setters, Sophie and Avery, I think have, it's always a big ask to be a freshman setter and to figure out a lot of new hitters all at once. And I think they've been doing a good job of working through those initial just questions and nerves and just creating good relationships with our other players. And then, Anna, who was with us last spring quarter, but has been a great person to have on our team and just brings a different variety of passing and shots than some of our other players. So, they've all been great pieces, and we're excited to see how this team comes together.
Are there one or two things that you and Coach Calvin have really been emphasizing during practice?
I think recently we've just been talking about good communication and also just kind of what we want to create as an identity for this team, what the team wants to come together and represent as this SPU volleyball team for this season. And I think that our team is embracing that and working towards that and trying to figure out what that looks like. So.
Okay. Falcons have been picked for third in the GNAC. That's their highest preseason pick in a long time. Even got a couple of votes in the national receiving votes poll. Talk about that, and now how tough this conference is.
Yeah, it's obviously great to get some cool respect from teams and coaches around the conference, and I think that it just reflects us having a lot of returners and having had a good season last year and the work that they've put in and what people expect that they can potentially do again. And so obviously it's preseason polls, and we have to prove it on the court and work towards that every day. But we're excited to be moving up towards that stage and hopefully be able to continue that trend. So.
Okay. And talk about your schedule a little bit. Obviously some tough in-region matches. It also includes Lewis, which went to the tournament last year, Colorado Mines in a couple weeks. They're nationally ranked. Talk about that preseason slate.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. I think it's a good mix of teams that are all just right around where we were last year, which is like kind of the sweet spot, hopefully, of just having competitive matches and giving ourselves a chance to show what we've been working on and handle some adversity as well. And so, some tough in-region teams both weekends, which will be really fun matches to see some of those teams, which we haven't seen all of them before. And then Colorado School of Mines and Lewis, they're teams that have been perpetually pretty good, in the national tournament, in the national conversation. So they have a lot of experience from their coaching staff and from their players, and I think those would be fun challenges too. So.
Okay. Last year, everything was brand new to you in your first year. Now you've been around the block. You know your players. They know you. You know the conference a little bit. For you, professionally and personally, Jason, what's it like heading into this second year?
Yeah, it's really fun, honestly. I think that the players and myself would say that this preseason was more comfortable and more exciting. In some ways, I was excited to start last year, but there's nerves and questions and a lot of problems to solve about how we're going to do things. And I think that this year is just a little bit smoother coming in, and them knowing what to expect and me knowing them each individually on a more personal level as well makes a big difference and something that makes it really fun for me as a coach. And so. That part's been really fun. I've been getting used to Seattle, feel like I know the travel trips now for our conference, and we can just focus a little bit more on the volleyball and the fun stuff with the team, and so we're excited about that being part of the second year experience. So.
All right, Coach, thank you so much, and good luck this fall.
Thank you.
All right.